Hi there guys, I'm just going to make this quick video on how to flare your brake pipes. So I've just bought this jig here. The brake pipes that we use, or ones you need, is a 316, which is a 4.74 I think millimeters. Yeah, I think it is a 4.7. Yeah, 4.76 millimeters. So I'll just run through how to get one of these sorted. I've got a pickup that I'm working on, my own pickup, and there's no point buying them, so I'm just going to make them myself in case I come across any more issues in the future. So I thought I'll just make my own. So I'll just get some light. Other things that you're gonna need is some of these. It's a mating part, so this is what screws onto the caliper and the brake pipes. So obviously it doesn't matter on the first one, but on the second one make sure you feed 2 in, because everyone makes this mistake of forgetting it to put it in, because you won't be able to put it in as you flare it. This is called a double flare. So there goes nothing. So you get your jig ready. That's the side you want to be working on. So you see how he's tapered there. Well, not tapered, but countersunk on that side. This side is just completely flat. So we'll go on this side and let it stick out a bit, about that much probably. We're going to do a double flare on this one, so go ahead and tighten your jig with these butterfly nuts. Just get it tight and make sure it's straight as possible, although it seems to be impossible to get it straight, but we'll try. What you should do really is put a pipe in the other ones. There you go. Just see if you can get... Sorry, I'll just put my phone higher up so you can see what I'm working on. So that's the 316 there. So then you get this little die, it's a 316. This is what we do for the first flaring. You get your... I know some people use oil. If you just get it in tight first, and then you can make sure, I'll show you, make sure you can see it there. You can put some oil at the end of this rotating bit, guys. So, and then you just tighten as much as you can. It needs to go flat. There you go. I think that'll do it anyway. It shouldn't be that hard. Just make sure you're not bending anything, guys. So now we're gonna do round 2. I've got to get this off. There you go. So now we take this out, and I'll show you the first stage. So that's the first bit of flaring. Not sure you can see it, guys, but it's rounded. So the second bit of flaring will just be this die here on its own. Sorry, I'm just struggling to get it on the camera. So if I tighten this, get the pointy bit in. It's self-explanatory really. Keep tightening that. Make sure it's straight. And now it's a second stage. So tighten that. There you go. Okay. You can use a bit of foil to make it easier, but I just couldn't be bothered. I've got a pickup leaking with brake fluid on my drive, and I need to get some brakes back on it. As I'll be struggling to bleed it, so yeah. Not the best, but I think it might do, so let's have a look what we've got here. So there you go. So alright guys, so that's that side. I don't think it's perfect, but it will do for now. You've got quite a long thread, so that thread should hopefully push it in properly. It's not perfect because basically the jig wasn't lined up properly, and it looks like it created a side to it. So these jigs should be able to fit your pipe in it without having to take it off and put it back on, because it's hard doing it by hand. It's hard getting it right when so now I'll do the other side. See, it looks perfectly lined up to me, but when I put that 316 in, by the way, these are called unions. I did call them fittings before, but they are called unions. So now I need to put this in, and hopefully it'll be lined up, but I have to loosen both sides. I think what I did as well on the last one, I let it stick out too much, so I'm presuming it doesn't need to stick out as much as the last one. So if you get it flush with the jig, I think it will just do fine. So now it's a tricky bit of getting this to line up, this jig. Are you lined up, mate? Come on. Now some people put this in a vise to tighten it as much as possible, but I don't think you need that, to be honest. So we'll put our die in, the 316. I might actually try a bit of foil here and see if that helps it, so bear with me a second. I'll just get some oil on that. Well, it's just compressor oil, guys. It's nothing special. Just I'm gonna get a tiny bit there. There's just a drop. Get your jig and your clamp. Okay, we're in. So now we need to tighten this. So this again, when you put the die in, that's the stage one. So I don't think it needs to be overlapped, because I've just looked at the old one and it doesn't need to be. Amazing. But I'm sure you can do a better job than me. Well, basically that hasn't touched it at all. Okay. That really hasn't touched it at all. So, alright. what I can think of then is to bring this back out a bit more, and bring this pipe out a bit more. Come on. That's too much. I would want it to be flush now. We tried the flush, so we'll try the other one. Okay, that looks quite lined up really, but the more lined up it is, the better, guys. Okay, I think I've got it now. So basically you need this to stick out enough to leave a gap, and as you can see, the gap is not massive, so you need to leave a gap about there in order for this die to push it down a bit more. Okay, so back to square one. Again, guys, I don't claim to be an expert. I'm doing this in the hope that it saves someone some money. Like, really hasn't saved me any money, but in the long run it will save me some money, because come on. If I have to make any more brake pipes, then it will come in handy on it. But at the moment, it's only the front two that might need doing. And it's good for the mind as well to do this, isn't it? Do it at home by yourself. But if you're not confident, please don't attempt this, because these are your brake pipes. These are the line between your safety and not safe, if you like. Right guys, so I just put that on the vise and it's definitely a lot squarer. You don't feel the ridge in between. Sorry. You don't feel the ridge in between. So again, we're still on stage one because we've got the die in now, so we need to flare it the first time round, first stage. I wish I could get this in the camera with that. There you go, it's moving. Right, sometimes the harder bit is getting it off. Right, that's the first stage, and as you can see, it circles it around, so it creates like a dome sort of thing. And now it's a second flare. So it would be a very straightforward process if you didn't have to keep it in the camera line where on your phone. But it's not as hard as I'm probably making it look now. There you go. I can see it flattened there. I thought I didn't put a union for a second, but I have. So there's one there and one there. That's two unions. Let's take out this jig now. and see the results. I'll actually go throw this on my caliper. Let's see. Oh, quick. Alright, carefully now. I've got to straighten this because you see the jig has gone into it. I don't know why it's got a thread on the jig really. It shouldn't have a thread. But there you go. I'm just very, very carefully and gently straightening this. Don't want to bend the pipe. What I'll do is I'll give it a little bit of sanding. There you go. No, not going to do much. This 2000 grits. Just a tiny bit of sanding to get rid of rough edges. And if you could do that, guys, do that, because it saves you having to use the pliers. There you go, straight on. Although I do feel that this... Oh, that's perfect actually. Oh, it looks perfection. Perfecto. Not... This side is not as good, but I am actually going to chance it, put it on and see what it is. Now I can make brake pipes. I've got 25 meters I think of it, and I've got a few unions, so why not? And these fit in both ends, bingo. What I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to blast this. I'll put some carb cleaner in it, and I'm just going to blast it with my compressor. There you go. I'm actually well impressed with it. First time making a brake pipe, and it will do. This is for my Hilux pickup, guys. I'm probably going to upload this video first, and then I'll upload more. I'm doing a brake caliper, and I'm doing the wheel bearings, and also I'm doing the CV joint on the drive shafts. So hopefully they'll be helpful for someone. So that's that for now, guys. Alright guys, so I'll show you the newer one. This is actually not a brand new caliper. This is a cleaned and rebuilt caliper. You can see it's spotless. That's what I'm going to do with this one. This is the old one, and it's got really rusty, and I can't get this union off, so I've had to cut it off and make a new brake pipe for it. So I will be doing a video about cleaning this and rebuilding it. Just a quick comparison. I'm actually making it dirty, which I don't want to. Yeah, that's the same. Outside's the same. I'm going to be able to see these here because they're rusted, but it is the same. So there you go. Now I've got to put that pipe on. Right, probably if you do anything to do with brakes or rusty nuts or bolts, you might want to invest in some of these guys. They're a lot better than just a normal spanner. Save you rounding any nuts and bolts and what have you. That's that. I don't think it needs much more, but I would give it what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off and see how far it's gone on the other side. But yeah, that's it. That's all the job. This video is about the brake pipe really, so there you go. I'll upload more videos about this, all this work. I did say work on the brake pipe in the past, but it's actually wheel bearings, that's what I meant. So I hope this has helped someone.